Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on adding a new calendar entry in Gemba. You can choose to click on adding a new calendar entry in the top right hand corner of the compliance calendar screen. This opens the compliance calendar to add a new entry screen. All fields are mandatory, which means that every field in the screen must be completed. When they have all been completed, you must click on Save. This is the landing screen that will appear once you have clicked Add a new calendar entry. As you can see on the left-hand side, each field must be completed. An overview of these fields are area, agency, compliance document, requirement, outcome, review date, due date, send to, position responsible, and status. I will go through these in more detail. In the area field, there is a drop-down menu where you select from compliance, governance, human resources, physical resources, finance knowledge, risk management, services, or notice board. The agency field is a free text field where you type in the name of the appropriate agency for entry, for example, ASIC, Australian Tax Office, or your organization's name. In the compliance document field, it is a place where you enter free text, which would refer to the name of the document, for example, board report or continuous improvement register. In the requirement field, it is a free text field where you type the requirement of this entry. For example, prepare board report, pay payee monthly, or update continuous improvement register. In the outcome field, you type in what the expected outcome is for the entry. For example, board report prepared and distributed, compliant with ATO requirements, or continuous improvement register updated. The review date is the date that the entry needs to be commenced to achieve completion by the due date. When you click in this field, a date box appears and then click on the desired date. The due date is the date which the entry must be completed by. When you click in this field, a date box appears and then click on the desired date. The Send To field is a drop-down menu where you select the position that will be responsible for commencing or completing this entry or activity. The Position Responsible box is a drop-down menu where you select the position that is responsible for overseeing the activity and ensuring completion by the due date. The Status box is a drop-down menu where you select either incomplete, in progress, or completed. I will now demonstrate how to open this window on Gemba. Again, we commence by clicking the compliance calendar icon on the top left and then clicking on Add a new calendar entry at the top right of your screen and completing each field as mandatory before hitting Save at the bottom of the page. It is important to remember that the review date is the date when the entry or activity in the compliance calendar needs to be commenced to achieve completion by the due date. When the date that has been set for the review date is reached, an email is automatically sent to the position or person that has been set as Send To in the compliance calendar. The due date is the date which the entry or activity needs to be completed. If an entry or activity has not been marked as completed by 1 week prior to the due date, an email is automatically sent to the responsible person advising the status of the entry is incomplete or in progress and requires follow-up. In order to update a calendar entry, you must hit the Edit button under Options on the right-hand side of the screen. This will open the Modify Existing Calendar Entry screen, and the entry can then be modified as required. For example, the status may need to be updated from incomplete to in progress or from in progress to completed. When all changes have been completed, click on Save Calendar Entry. Each time the entry is updated or modified, an automatic entry will be created in the change log, which is an audit trail of who has changed the entry and the date it was changed. This is the window that will appear. I will now show you how to modify or change an entry. I will return to the compliance calendar and switch to Detail View. Here is the Edit button on the far right of the screen, and this is where you would alter existing information before hitting Save at the bottom of the screen. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact Kaizen Synergy. Thank you for listening to this short presentation.